ago that I posted my first Velcro roller tutorial. I think Velcro rollers are one of the best ways to get volume in your hair. I have long, straight, fine hair, and there's nothing like Velcro rollers and hairspray to get your hair that volume that you want. First, you're putting it around a curling iron, then you're putting it right onto that roller and you're letting it sit there. You're getting a lot of volume up at the top, but then I'm doing something different down at the bottom. So this look really only involves 6 of these Velcro rollers on the top part for a smoother look that has some volume, and then more curl at the bottom is what we're getting by just using our curling iron. So here's how to do it. I'll be using are this Hot Tools curling iron. I think this is about somewhere between an inch and a half, so it's kind of a smaller curling iron. Then I'm putting them around these larger rollers. You can buy these in packs of maybe 4 or 5 at Sally Beauty Supply, or even Walmart sells sets of them. If you get a big kit of them, it usually will come with multiple sizes. Go for like the larger couple of sizes that are there. And I secure them in with some little clips. They look like this, just little flat clips. I'm not sure what the actual term for these is, but you might have them in like a silver clip as well, like 2 prongs on them, and that's just going to help secure the rollers down when you put them on. So first step that I usually do on dry hair is I will apply a little bit of like a heat protectant mist, and then I also will spritz my hair with a little bit of hairspray. I ran out of my Tresemme tray too, so I'm using this right now. This is Not Your Mother's She's a Tease volumizing hairspray. But I just put a little bit of something on there because I think it helps my fine, really slick hair, especially when it's clean, helps it cling to the rollers just a little bit better. First, I just kind of grab a small section that kind of goes across the top of my forehead, but make sure it's not like a whole lot wider than one of the rollers is. See about how far I'm going back, not too much. And then I take my curling iron, roll that down, and just hold it for a few seconds here, and then I'm going to put it on a big roller. And you want to get that hair on this roller when it is hot. That way it's just going to reinforce the curl as the hot curl goes around something that is round, you know, and it's going to curl it more. So once you get it there, I take one of my little clips. I'm feeling that clip go against my scalp, and I'm clipping it right on top of that roller, and then I give it a little spritz of hairspray. I feel like Velcro rollers can handle a lot more hairspray on them. I don't like to really like gunk up my hot roller sets with a lot of it, so if I'm really looking for a lot of volume, I use big Velcro rollers, and I feel like that's really the trick to getting the most. Next roller, I'm going to kind of put my fingers right here on either side of that roller I just did, so I get the same width of hair. And I'm just going to pull a little bit of that up directly behind the roller we just did. And then I'm going to roll that up with my curling iron. Just try to get them wrapped somewhat neatly around the roller, and make sure your hair is not tangled before you put them on, and it'll help them slide out a lot easier. Then I'm going to grab a section of hair right here on the side, and I'm going to do this on each side symmetrically, just the same. And I'm going to roll up the hair in the curling iron, and then pop each side on a roller. So now that we've got this kind of a look going on, we've got 4 rollers in, we're just going to put 2 more in. I'm going to put one right behind this one that I did here, and it's just going to go in the exact same way. So again, you're just going to curl and hold it. I'm going to pop one in on this side and another on the other side, and then we'll be done with that part. I know I'm using purple ones here. There's really no rhyme or reason for that. If I had the aqua colored ones, I would put those in as well. I just didn't have the right numbers, so don't stress yourself out too much on size. If it looks like a large size roller like one of these, it'll work really well for this. And then just kind of spray over all those. So what do we do with the rest of the hair? Well, I pull basically 2 handfuls of hair. This is what's left. Pull that around front, and we're going to curl each side away from our face with the curling iron. Now you could go ahead and put this hair around more rollers if you want to, but I find that if I just use the curling iron, I get, you know, smaller curls, and then I've got the volume but still some wave on the top. So it lasts longer for me. I almost feel like this way without making these curls larger. A lot of people ask, you know, how can I make my hair hold a curl? And sometimes I think you're using a curling iron that's too large. You want to maybe try using a little bit smaller curling iron that's going to give you a tighter curl, and then as those curls loosen throughout the day, that's all they will do. They will loosen, but you probably won't totally lose the curl. So just like that, we're getting curls about like this. And I'm curling away from my face because that's just kind of the look I prefer. I feel like it just looks a little more natural, a little less precise, you know, when the hair's just kind of flowing back away from the face as if the wind just kind of blew it that way. So I'm just going to keep on curling on each side. Now there are mornings when I wake up and I do this, and by the time I'm done curling these, I might be short on time, so I just go ahead and take these out at this point. But if you can, you know, let them sit in there as long as you can. So like if that means going and doing your makeup and then coming back to these and taking them out, that would be great. The longer you can leave them in, the better. I'm just going to go ahead and let these stay in for about another 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll take them out and finish the look. So now after you've let them sit as long as you can, you're just going to take them out. And these larger rollers are giving you a much larger curl. As you can see, it's like a big wave as opposed to the curls we had down here that are a little bit smaller. But the trick to kind of blending through them now, I love to really get my hands in there and just break up all the curls just a little bit. Of course, you want to make sense of it a little bit, so at this point, what I just do is pull up some of the hair here at the crown. So like a section just kind of going across the top of my head. Just spray it a little bit from behind, and then I tease that a bit, and that is going to give me even more volume here. By that I mean taking a small tooth comb and just sticking it in the back of the hair and pulling down repeatedly. It's going to give you a little more lift. And then I do the same thing here on the sides. A little spritz of hairspray. Tease that a bit as well, and you can do the same thing right over here. Then just very lightly, I'm just kind of combing back over, and I'm kind of working my comb in a back direction. It's got this pick side at the end. That's great for just lifting and boosting up different areas, so I'm really softly combing it through the ends, and then giving it a little bit of lift. Even just turning the hair back. If you've got a lot of long hair like me, just turning the hair back can get it in that pattern you want of it kind of curving away from your face. If you've got a little bit of bang like I do, you can see that's just kind of going right with the hair. You might want to spray that a little bit. So in the end, I've got hair up top that is nice and smooth and volumized, and then my hair at the bottom has got a little more curl in there, and that's curl that's going to last and hang on for me longer throughout the day because it is a little bit tighter curl. So again, we're just using some Velcro rollers, just popped in 6 of those. Once you get in the habit of doing this look, that goes by very quickly, and then you just curl what's left with your curling iron. If you don't like a side part, this look easily lends itself to a center part as well, because all the rollers were going in symmetrically. We went straight back and we had the same amount on each side, so you could definitely just split it in two, do a side part, and you're good to go there as well. And this is a really great base look for a lot of different styles. Just getting your hair this amount of body at the top and curl at the bottom can be great for, you know, some kind of side swept look that you want to do. Maybe it's a side ponytail, maybe it's just a high ponytail, or some sort of updo. You're giving your hair some texture and some curl that's going to allow it to kind of work into those styles a little bit better. So I hope you like this look. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how it goes if you decide to try it yourself, and have a great day. Bye.